Elsie's table reminded me of that spade game that we play at the family cookouts. Elsie had 2 and a possible seats at his table to be filled, and we know how he filled 2 of them, right? You know how you have those 2 strong books and you just really sure like you might have both of the jokers and ace of clubs, right? Then the rest of them be the low end hearts and diamonds. And it's that possible book that you really have to worry about because your opponent might have a handful of spades and cutting all clubs and anything that looks like a club, right? But who's filling that last seat for the dashes? Now, that seat has been cold and empty for a minute. And while we waited for the dust to settle, Antonio was crowning Harris to be a made man. Vinny has already gone to glory, and we're left wondering who's going to show up at the next meeting. I've got a lot to unpack in this one, guys, so stay tuned. Ever since the show returned, first episode, scene number 1, this question has been lingering in my mind, and it toyed with my emotions. And I wish I were kidding, and I'm really not joking, guys. Like, I've been waiting for this show to come back on like a farmer waiting on a crop to come in, like a crack addict waiting for the next hit, like a painter well, you get the point, right? Will it be Antonio sitting at the table, or will it be Harris himself? Last season is the last time we saw Harris, and they've only mentioned him briefly so far in the last 2 episodes. Antonio has said nothing. London has said nothing. Raven has no idea where he is, so it's safe to say that Harris is officially missing. Now, Harris can be one of 2 places. One, he could be gone on to glory on that glory train with Vinny, right? Or he could be on the run. Consuela did mention to Vegas that she had information that she wanted to sell them about Harris. Remember when she went over to sell or tell the information about where Kenny was? Then we also saw Junior serenading the Dash family, trying to earn his respect in the game by giving the gun to Antonio that Harris used to kill Sal Dash with. But after that, we heard nothing, crickets. So where in the hell is Harris? Now, Vegas did tell the curious table members that they were going to talk to Antonio later on that day. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more insight on the next episode. Because how cringe would it be if you had the man that you kicked out of your family sitting right across from you on a regular basis, making business deals? How could you do business with someone that you don't trust? See, LC can do this because it's understood that if you cross him, that you're going to get effed up on sight. So you might as well straighten up and fly right and just do what he's entrusting you to do. Now, if we reference the trailer, we saw Antonio sitting down talking to someone, and his words were, "You can run, but you can't hide." Could he be talking about Harris? Harris is scared to show his face, right? Because he may have found out that Junior ratted on him, and we all know that Harris is a scared, emotional little twit. And he ain't gonna stick around and just wait on you to show up. So he's probably in Jamaica somewhere with long dreads, a nose ring, and a pot belly. Y'all, I do appreciate y'all sitting through my little laughs and giggles when I'm writing the words you just don't understand. Like, I'm taking notes and it just kind of flows, right? Then when I sit in here and do the commentary, it's now funny. So I can put all the pieces together, and when I hear myself speak the words, it's just funny to me, right? So anyway, Vegas did forewarn his dad that the table members weren't going to be happy with the decision that he made as far as the table is concerned. And we've already seen Sebastian get in his feelings, right? And left the meeting kicking and screaming like a 2-year-old because he can't run the South single-handedly. And let me just interject here before I roll out my prediction. I am glad that Consuela has been included at the table. I mean, it was comical watching Alejandro try to make her go home, right? And how Vegas glanced over at her when she entered the room and took her seat. Now, Vegas is pretty much done with her, but Alejandro, he can't get enough of her. He can't even enjoy himself at Hellfire Club, right? Because all he sees is her. Then we've got Senior Cruz having to now share the same business space as his baby sister. And notice he didn't say my sister. He said my baby sister. So Consuela is definitely a good fit because not only does she have the clout in the community now, she has everything that she needs to run a strong operation because she has strong men by her side, right? That's going to always look out for her, so to speak, because of their relationship relationships and their partnerships. So this was very clever writing, writing wise. It's very clever. But I honestly feel that Harris is going through an initiation of some sort, maybe. He's already burned his finger and bled all over the lunch table. So I don't know. It may be some more stuff that he's got to do, because when he entered into the family as a made man, he was already swimming in betrayal because of what he did to Sal. Now, he's probably being tortured in the back alley somewhere, bound and gagged, being forced to tell exactly what he did to Sal. And I don't think that he's dead, though, but whoever may have him bound up, they're gonna let him go eventually, because he's worth more alive than otherwise, right? And I've said this before, LC surrounds himself with people that he can't trust on purpose, because they're very good at what they do, and it's just business. And because of the line of work that they're in, he really doesn't have a choice. I mean, think about it. He's sitting amongst thieves, assassins, drug dealers, dirty sheriffs, drug distributors, all the players of a criminal world here, right here in the room. And in order to get things done, he has to look at this as business deals, transactions, and partnerships, nothing more and nothing less. And speaking of trust, I don't trust any of these clowns. Well, I take that back. They're not all clowns. We have a few here that are unproblematic, and I consider them as neutral and safe. But when you have your Sebastians who've already gone, and your brother ministers who question a lot of what's going on, and they have questionable looks on their faces whenever Elsie says something like complete opposite of what they're thinking. And Brother Minister voiced his concerns and gave LC a little clap back, right? When LC made his announcement of the 2 members, reminding him about who controls the west side of the map and the distribution. And he was also concerned about where they were all gonna go. But unlike Sebastian, Brother Minister know when to shut the hell up. He ain't trying to rock the boat. No pun intended. And to me, Brother Minister has always been half-baked, right, on the trust meter. That's just my opinion. He's always 1 foot in, 1 foot out, with his decisions always being self-serving, and his loyalty lies somewhere in the middle. Y'all have to remember him trying to hire Harris, remember, without Elsie even knowing about it when Elsie fired him. So we've got to keep an eye on Brother Minister. Now, in the trailer, we saw him again talking to Antonio, telling him that it sounds like he's planning to go to war against who? Elsie, right? Clearly. So why are 2 members of Elsie's table talking about going to war with him? Now, they didn't say it was LC, but I mean, it only makes sense to go in that direction, right? Unless we're introduced to other storylines later on. And being that we see him in Donna's living room, ribbing Junior right on up and winding that metal wind-up button that's in his back to make Junior walk and talk like a Dash instead of a Duncan. He's telling Junior that his newfound independence brings on new opportunities. And this new opportunity that he's talking about may just put Junior in the driver's seat. He may just sit at that table representing the Dashes, which puts him in direct competition against his own family. That's my prediction. And I really have to applaud Sebastian, though, because at least we know where he stands. Like, there are no gray areas with him. He's clearly standing his ground. And Elsie doesn't have to really worry about him stabbing him in the back. Now, we all know that Sebastian don't F with them like that no more. And although I love how they've incorporated the need for Consuela's business, we still don't really know if she can be trusted just because of this alliance. Consuela's gonna sell her information, right, to the highest bidder, partnership or not. She said it herself. She told them, I could easily sell this to Corey Black or the Italians. Well, I don't know, at least she gave Elsie the opportunity to get the information first. But does this make her safe? I mean, what if Elsie wouldn't have paid her at all? Is she still gonna be loyal to him? Because she wasn't a part of the table at all, but she still sold him the information. I don't know, when the rubber meets the road, her info is for sale, period, table or not. And these are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on who you think is gonna fill in for the Dashes. Will it be Antonio? Will it be Harris? Will it be Junior? Let me know down below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You know I'd appreciate it. And if you're a fan of Carl Weber's The Family Business like I am, go ahead and sub to the channel for more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for joining me today, you guys, and I'm going to see you on the next one.